Architects define a spatial context in response to a vision. We put shape around the ideas. If the vision is weak and ill-founded, then the built form will not be any better. In the summer of 2011, NBRS+PARTNERS embarked on a student intern program where we established a truly creative partnership between architects, strategists and architecture students. The 2011 intern program has clearly shown the importance of research and discovery leading to better outcomes. Time spent on understanding and forecasting is well worth it. The intern program shows that we are a thinking group of architects, keen to work alongside clients, stakeholders, students, and keen to find new horizons in that journey of discovery.
We are peeking into the future by unveiling a proposition that describes a more natural and intuitive learning environment. The model could be applied in a variety of manners to enhance learning. The intent is not to be definitive, yet, as a conclusion, it presents a futuristic design concept for a school of 2025.
The built environment directly influences the parameters and the conditions in which people behave, and in saying that they become having the potential to become psychosocial spaces. So in saying that, we believe that the built environment actually has the potential to also become a second curriculum, something that implicitly suggests and shapes the way that we think and move and interact with each other.
The physical translation of the learning continuum is an environment with the ability to be tailored and transformed over time to meet teachers and students' individual requirements to more significant changes in pedagogy and advancements in technology. The extent to which these environments can be modified to create the optimum learning spaces for that moment in time can be described by their degree of flexibility and adaptability. Flexible space is the environment's ability to house the school's multimodal aspects, including resources, communication and information methods, and also people. It is essentially the hardware of the space. Adaptable space is the scope for these multimodal spaces to be efficient and personal, fulfilling human concern. It can be described as the software of the space.
The learning environment are in their very nature an implicit curriculum, not overt or obvious, but one that instinctively offers, shapes and facilitates different learning attitudes, styles and experiences to suit individual needs. This being similar to the school curriculum itself, where students are presented with a variety of subject areas to study. An individual selects only a combination of subjects, tailoring the school learning experiences to suit their interests and needs. In education, the built environment should foster and extend this notion by providing a variety and a hierarchy of spaces that can facilitate and promote learning on a number of levels and in a range of ways. Designing a layering of spaces to meet varying needs and ways of learning provides opportunities for all students to excel in their own way. This idea of learning environments goes beyond simply addressing a student's academic needs, but aims to inspire them with a willingness and an eagerness to learn. Swami Chirananda quotes so aptly, "Students are not vessels to be filled, but are lamps to be lit."
The active core can be condensed into 3 points. One is connection point, where it is a central connection point between learning and social spaces, and circulation will pass through the active core, so there is no longer a need for traditional school corridors, as these are high-paced and highly directed. And instead a series of neighbourhoods are created amongst the core, fostering social interaction amongst peers and that idea of community as well. Number 2, it is a resources hub, where lockers and storage are located. It's a power resource, so a recharge point for technology, and it's also a learning resource with display spaces. Media boards can display information, student work, and endless things such as energy consumption, the list goes on, and this can weave in and out of the core. So overall it is a shared resource and it develops awareness and respect for others. And number 3, it's the origin of structure and services. All these provisions peel off from the main core.
Perhaps the somewhat unnatural scenes of schools today prompted Prensky to quote, "A significant part of the problem with contemporary education is that it aims to teach 21st century learners by combining a 20th century curriculum with a 19th century structure." How frequently in the past decade have we discussed the development and nurture of pedagogy and learning spaces for education? I suspect we've become a little weary as this predicted spatial revolution has wilted. Arguably, contemporary pedagogy remains rigid and fixed. In 2010, the world witnessed a true tipping point, a transformation of communication, the comprehensive integration of the naturally intuitive iPhone, iPad platform throughout our community. This has created a tipping point, perhaps a truly new learning environment that just is.
I think at the core of our collaborative discovery was to see learning as a continuum of life. In other words, the learning continuum is really the living continuum. We wanted to get to a place where the way we learn is as seamless and as natural as the way that we live. The 3 big points of discovery were: 1, learning should be as natural as breathing, keeping pace with how we live. 2, a well-considered environment can become an implicit curriculum. And 3, elastic entities can positively shape how we use our spaces.